Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Liz and today I wanted to go over the do's and don'ts of wide leg denim. So wide leg denim has been trending, I would say, pretty hard the last 2 years, and I see no signs of it slowing down, which I am totally happy about. I kind of slowly got into wide leg denim. I have tried tons from all different brands, really dove in it and tried to figure out what I wanted because, you know, there's really wide leg and a little more moderate wide leg and just so many options and choices. And so over the time, I figured out a lot of things that do work and don't work. So if this is a silhouette, a style that you have had some trouble, you know, styling or not sure, you know, you want to get into it, today I wanted to go over some tips that may help you out. My tip number one is don't just opt for your everyday shoe. So with wide leg denim, I feel that you need to consider the overall outfit a bit more. So if you have a favorite pair of, you know, straight leg denim that you wear or shorts, you probably throw on the same sandals or same sneakers all the time. But I think to get an overall cohesive style with the wide leg denim, you definitely need to consider the shoe choice. I think the biggest consideration with your wide leg denim is going to be everything that you have on the top. So you definitely want to consider the end look that you're going for. So it might be a more relaxed, a little bit oversized look, or if you're trying to go for a, you know, kind of more upscale, classy, or sophisticated look, then maybe a more streamlined shoe. Which leads me into my tip number two is don't go all oversized and baggy. So you can have a little bit of a baggier pant or a little bit of a baggier top. I really don't like wearing things fitted very often unless I have another layer on. So I totally understand. I usually opt for a skimming look, and I know that we don't always want to layer on those warmer days in the spring and summer. And since oversized and baggy has been trending, you can see it on the websites, you can see it online, all over the place. And while there are some people, some models that can pull that off, I think in general for most of us, not going too oversized is usually a better route. So I would say do opt for a more balanced look. You're definitely going to want to consider your proportions. So, you know, obviously some of us are larger on the bottom, some of us are larger on the top or in the middle. So what you're wanting to do still, even with the wide leg, is have balance. So if you have a really flowy or big or wide leg pant, then go for a little bit of a fitted top. If you don't like fitted tops, which I don't like fitted, I will do a skimming one, or I will do a third layer. So you just want to have some variation and not just look like a huge rectangle. My tip number three is don't opt for embellished or distressed denim. So luckily the distressed denim is kind of going out the window. I do still see a lot of people wearing it, and if you love it, keep rocking it. But I would say it's a little more difficult in the wide leg jean. I think because it's more material, it just doesn't really look good, and it is more and more a dated look. So in general, skip the distressed look, skip the embellished, especially if you are newer to wide leg, you're probably not gonna have that many. If you only have 2 to 4 pair, my do is get your variation in the colors and the cuts. So they do make a wider leg denim, like a medium, and almost bordering on like a straight leg, like a wider straight leg kind of look. And that will give you some different silhouettes to play with. And then a classic wash in a medium or dark wash, you can still dress up and still look really classy. It is just a beautiful and forgiving silhouette. It looks great, again, with all different kinds of shoes, so can definitely be dressed up or dressed down. And I do like the wide leg denim in colors. So whereas I wouldn't really get a flare or a bootcut denim in some wild colors, personally, I think in a wide leg, it works because some of them almost look like a trouser, especially the ones that have the side slotted pockets, just like a trouser does. And they're in varying weights as well. So you can definitely get something that will work for you in your lifestyle and will look stylish and classy as well. All right, my tip number 4 is probably my tip across the board with denim, but it might almost be more important in this silhouette, and that is don't opt for a low rise. So in general, I just don't think there's enough material to balance the overall denim look, and it can lead you, it's almost a chopping of the top. So if you're trying to elongate your overall silhouette, no matter your size, so even if you are short, it's not that you wish that you were tall, but when you give yourself an elongated silhouette, it just makes you look thinner, which I think none of us mind looking a little bit thinner, especially in the summertime. At least that's for me. And so a low rise is just going to do almost no one any favors. Now, if you do have a shorter torso, which I do, sometimes the low rise could work. I still find I need at least a mid rise. So I do prefer a mid rise to a high rise. And again, high rise within reason, because I've seen some of them get really high. And again, it's almost just keeping that balance. So staying somewhere in the middle. And most importantly is just balancing your overall body shape to give the overall silhouette that you're looking for. And if you are enjoying this content, please consider giving it a like so that YouTube will press it out to more ladies that it may potentially help. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I would love to have you back. And my tip number 5 is don't opt for a pant leg that is too long or too short. So if your pant leg is too long, it can, of course, drag on the floor, which can be pretty gross. And it can come off as sloppy if you don't have it all styled well together. So since the baggy, relaxed look has been in, it is a style that you can get away with. It may be a little bit baggy, which is something I like to do. There are a couple that I have that some people might consider a tad too long, but it is a look that I'm going for. And usually I will pair that with a more fitted top or maybe a more kind of high-end fancy top and really play up the bottom. So that again is just balancing. It's opposites almost, right? So a relaxed, chill vibe pant and then a more classy, elevated top. So that can be done, but in general, just too long can look bad. So you got to consider the shoes and the top and all of that. And then likewise, too short can cut you short, make you look shorter, make you look wider, which is not something I'm ever going for, and can look really frumpy as well. So it can also be done if you are more petite, if you wear a heel or a wedge, you can pull it off. But in general, I would say too long and too short are really not the ways to lean, and instead find a length that is perfect for you. And I would say perfect length is gonna hit the top of your foot. So in a flat, it's gonna hit the top of your foot. If you're wearing a heel, it's gonna need to be a little bit longer. So I have opted to have, well, I have a few pair of wide leg, but I have some for flats and some for heels. And I find that to be the best. I think I have one pair that I can get away with both, wearing both, you know, for flats and heels, but that's one out of like my 10 pair. And I've tried on many, many more. And so I would say it's almost like a trouser. Like if you had a fancy pant that you wore for work or whatnot, you would have it tailored for you, for your length, to fit you properly. And I think that that is a beautiful look. And I did want to mention, probably, I've tried wide legs on, I think, from almost every brand. So let me know if you have a wide leg denim that you love. Leave it in the comments below in case I haven't tried it. So the brands that I have that I personally wear the most, that I like, are, and all of them were not featured in this video, but most of them were. And I would say my number one favorite actually is from Chicos, which I found, did I find that this year or maybe last year? And I love them. My mother wide leg, probably my second favorite. I have a pair of the featherweight rag and bone, which I love. Banana Republic, I have had hit or miss. So I've actually tried a lot from Banana Republic, and I only just recently, I would say, found a pair that I love from Banana Republic, because I find that I actually enjoy a more medium to lightweight. And probably especially in the spring and summer when it is warmer, opting for a lighter weight denim is going to be a lot more comfortable and airy as well. But again, I will be sure to leave everything linked down below, and don't hesitate to comment. I love to hear from you. So give me your 2 cents, and it'll also help any of the other ladies reading the comments down below as well. I wanted to thank you so much for dropping in today and spending some of your time with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next one.